everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. It has been a minute, hasn't it? Today, I'm gonna show you how to make healthy candied nuts and a raw vegan cheesecake. Dairy-free, gluten-free, not baked in an oven, super good for you, and tastes addictively amazing. So I'm going to show you how to make a crunchy crust, because if there's one thing I just think it's just gross, it's biting into a cheesecake, a raw cheesecake with a kind of soft, dense crust. I mean, the filling is supposed to be soft. Now, if you have the soft filling and a soft crust, I mean, the texture, it's just completely off. You're not gonna get that wow, you know, with the soft and the crunch together that you get with a crunchy crust. But there are a couple steps you need to do first in order to get these nuts crunchy. Most nuts you can make really crunchy. So here's some walnuts that haven't been crunched up, and here's some that have. I mean, just listen to how crunchy they are. These almonds have been crunched up. Crunchy. And pecans too. It's really easy to crunch them up. These have been soaking for an hour. I'm gonna throw them back in the bowl and start adding the crunch factors to it. Maple syrup makes it crunchy. Any sweetener that you put in the dehydrator, especially maple syrup, will turn so hard and crunchy. I put a little bit of maple syrup into my buckwheat crust, thinking I'd have like a sweet crust. The crust was so hard, it was like biting on a brick because of the maple syrup. It's crazy. So you just coat them with maple syrup, you know, and then spread them out on a dehydrator sheet. And then for extra credit, I will sprinkle, look at this, it's like powdered sugar. It is powdered sugar, but it's not the unhealthy kind. This is Marcus Sweet sugar. I just put the sugar into a blender, blend it on high until it's all powdery. So then I stick this in the dehydrator for a few hours until it's semi-dry. I remove the solid sheet so that the underside can get crunchy too. And the thing to remember when we're trying to crunch up our nuts is they're not gonna crunch up 100% completely in the dehydrator. The real magic happens after you remove it from the dehydrator. When they're sitting at room temperature, that's when they really harden up and they get that crunch. You can sprinkle these candied nuts on salads, crunch them up and sprinkle as a topping on smoothies. They also go great on the homemade ice cream I showed you how to make. Video link below. And they're a great heart-healthy, low-carb, high-fiber omega-3 snack you can grab while passing by throughout the day. Okay, when the nuts are hard and we put them in the food processor, this is the best machine to do your crust in my opinion, some sort of food processor. You could add different types of nuts, different flavors. So I'm gonna add a little bit of walnuts and pecans and a couple almonds. I was gonna skin these almonds. It's kind of arduous skinning all of them, but I asked Alexa, I can't say her name too loud because then I'm gonna activate her. I asked her if almond skins are really that healthy, and yes, they are. So when I heard that, I go, why am I gonna get rid of the almond skins? I'm gonna keep them. Okay, so back to our crust.
Strong.com.
Alexa, stop. Okay, she's so sensitive. I'm gonna throw in like a date to bind it, and some butter. We put butter in regular crusts, so why not in raw crusts? Just gives it like a little richness to it, and again, more binding. We don't need any maple syrup because the nuts are already coated. And let's just get these going, whirling. I'm gonna add another date. I'll have the exact recipe down there. I'm kind of making this with you guys. Oh, I was gonna put some buckwheaties in it also. Again, these are soaked and sprouted too. And then thrown in the dehydrator. And these give everything a nice little crunch to it as well. Okay, so this is a great cheesecake filling. It's super fast, super easy, super delicious, and pretty healthy for you too. 2 cups of cashews in the blender. You soaked or not soaked. If you have a Vitamix, it's really not necessary to soak them. Great way to get the sea moss into you. So I'm gonna put 4 tablespoons in here. 4 heaping tablespoons. I know some people have a little problem with the fishy flavor or taste. I think what really helps with it is, in sweets, is coconut butter. And you don't really need that much coconut butter. 2 tablespoons. And vanilla, of course. And a little maple syrup. 1.5 tablespoons of maple syrup. 1.5. And we're going to, well, you can use water, but I like to do, kind of coddle my food as much as possible. And I am gonna use orange juice. A little lemon juice. About a tablespoon. And here we go. So into a bowl it goes because I'm going to mix my flavoring in it. Like I was gonna do cranberry. Cranberry is awesome. 'Tis the season for cranberry. I already made the cranberry cheesecake recipe last year. You must check out that recipe. This year, let's have fun with some cherries. These are frozen, then thawed cherries. And they're definitely gonna color it. Yum. Okay. Just add the filling to my crunchy crust. And if you want to turn this into a chocolate cheesecake, you can add more maple syrup and 2 tablespoons of cacao powder. You have chocolate cheesecake. You can add anything for any flavor. After 20 minutes in the freezer, the pie gets hard enough and it's ready to be cut and served. No baking to death in an oven. And this is a dessert that's actually good for you. Thanks for joining me and giving me some of your time. Hope it wasn't too long, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.